Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sindram and coming to you here tonight with my thoughts on this week's Smackdown. Just a couple of days away from the Extreme Rules pay per view, this Smackdown is, of course, very important for any of the feuds that still need a little bit of momentum built. So, should be a pretty interesting Smackdown. So, let's see what they made of it. Okay, we're starting off this week's SmackDown with The Miz in the ring, going for a Miz TV segment. To calling it that is probably a little bit of an overstatement because The Miz really wasn't involved in this segment at all, to be honest. All he did was announce, the very first two superstars, and that's pretty basically all he did. What this turned out to be was, well, pretty much one big promo to further the feuds of, the three least interesting feuds that we're going to see at Extreme Rules, to be honest. That being, of course, Sheamus versus Mark Henry, Randy Orton versus The Big Show, and Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. All six of these competitors were involved in this promo, and five of them did a pretty good job. Del Rio, again, not so much. I can't for the life of me understand why they don't just let Ricardo Rodriguez do the talking. He's got a lot more charisma and is a lot more over with the fans. And he'd make a great mouthpiece for Alberto Del Rio, who just clearly, doesn't have the abilities to really cut a very decent promo himself. So yeah, but other than that, this segment very predictable segment, but it was pretty good at building the different feuds and kept being slightly interesting at least. Also, very predictable, of course. At the very end, we got Teddy Long coming out and making a six-man tag team match for the end of the show, main event. Again, very predictable. We basically see this every week, but yeah, well, it's gonna be an interesting match, I reckon. These six guys going at it should be fairly good. Which brings us to the first match of the evening, which is the Shield Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns going up against the Usos. But sadly enough, this match really wasn't given enough time to really get going. I don't think it was really much longer than 2 minutes, in fact. So there wasn't really much to see in this match, and also not much to say about it. What we got to see was fairly interesting, but yeah, since it was over so quickly, not very interesting. Of course, Kofi Kingston being there to further his feud a little bit with Dean Ambrose. Last minute injection into that. Yeah, sure. It was pretty well done. Pretty strange way of doing it, in my opinion. With the steel chair, but yeah, okay, we've seen this before. The WWE seems to think that this little steel chair is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction because once someone picks up one of these chairs, everybody goes just flying out of the ring. Yeah, it happens. But yeah, overall, the match and the segment, little bit too short to be interesting, I'm afraid. Which then brings us to Tons of Funk going up against the Primetime Players. In, again, pretty much a throwaway match. Very short. So, yeah, basically another squash match. Not very interesting. Then again, for this match, I didn't really care all that much. The Shield match I would have loved to have seen go on a little bit longer. This match, well, we've already seen it on Raw. It wasn't interesting then. It didn't get any more interesting now. So, to be honest, I didn't really mind all that much that it was done quickly. But, well, in my opinion, they might have as well just left it off the program altogether. To be honest, but well, we got it anyway. And now we're getting to the good stuff. We get to see Chris Jericho go up against Antonio Cesaro in what is, well, a pretty great match to be honest. These two guys got some good chemistry going on, and also very nice to finally see Antonio Cesaro, given the opportunity to show off his pretty impressive skills. We don't see that much anymore. Antonio Cesaro usually on the losing end and doesn't really get that much opportunity to show good, solid offense. This match, both Jericho and Antonio Cesaro got to show off some of their more impressive moves, and yeah, it was a great match. It was very entertaining to watch. The sneak attack by Fandango at the end was also pretty well executed, and yeah, gets me a little bit excited about their rematch. Still not the greatest match I wanted to see, but yeah, I can live with it definitely. So overall, this match and segments, yeah, very good. And next up, we have The Miz going up against Damien Sandow in yeah, another pretty good match. Great stuff. The Miz, not his biggest fan, but he's the returning superstar. He needs to pick up a couple of wins, and yeah, probably going to pick up the win on the pre-show at Extreme Rules as well. But I would much rather we go over, some of the lower class heels first. But yeah, Damien Sandow, he put up a pretty damn good fight anyway, though. And like I said, it was overall a very entertaining and good match with both superstars being able to show off some moves. So yeah, I can't really complain about this match. The outcome, I'm not so thrilled with. I really want to see, Sandow and Rhodes get a little bit of a boost going, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon. But who knows? Maybe at Extreme Rules, the Miz is gonna lose against Cody Rhodes, and we might get a push for either Team Rhodes colors as a whole or just for Rhodes himself. He definitely deserves it, so could be interesting. Okay, next up we have Oksana going up against the Divas champion, Caitlyn. And yeah, basic Divas match. Nothing to see here, to be honest. Let's move on. Alright, which then brings us to the main event, which is, of course, the six-man tag team match that was announced earlier between Alberto Del Rio, Randy Orton, and Sheamus going up against, of course, Jack Swagger, The Big Show, and Mark Henry. And yeah, we get a pretty interesting match out of this, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting all that much from these six guys, but they all did their very best and managed to put together a very entertaining match to close the show. And yeah, good thing too. After all, it is the last show before Extreme Rules. Those last few minutes of SmackDown, you know, might still sway a couple of people to buy the pay per view. So, yeah, gotta be honest, this was a nice way to close the show and prepare us all for Extreme Rules. Personally, I'm psyched. So overall, what did I think? Well, we got to see another pretty good SmackDown episode this week, and once again, it very easily outclassed this week's Raw. Been a couple of weeks now, and yeah, I'm starting to fear for Raw's future at this space. Definitely, SmackDown, as far as I'm concerned, right now is definitely the better show. Hey, more matches, less useless promos, and overall less useless squash matches. It has everything it should have. Also, no Cena, another advantage, definitely. So yeah, SmackDown, great. Keep going, guys. Keep going. But of course, did it do a good job in hyping up Extreme Rules? Yeah, I don't know. It definitely furthered some of the feuds that are going to be featured at the pay per view. But yeah, I don't know. Most of the matches at this point were either already established as interesting matches or were beyond saving. So yeah, really, it didn't really do all that much for the pay per view, in my opinion. But hey, it's still gonna be an interesting pay per view. Gonna be a lot of gimmick matches. It's bound to be exciting, and most likely gonna be better than WrestleMania this year, which of course isn't all that great a feat since WrestleMania was rather. So, but yeah, should be interesting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to Extreme Rules. I wasn't really expecting to because, like I said, I got a little bit burned on WrestleMania, and the build up I thought so far for Extreme Rules wasn't really all that great. But yeah, I gotta admit, it's the gimmick matches that really pulled me over for Extreme Rules. I just think it's interesting and it's gonna be fun to watch. So yeah, I hope I'm right. But we'll get to see that this Sunday. Until then, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time.